Okay guys, we are live. So hey everyone, and in this video we are going to build a responsive portfolio website using React.js, that is Next.js. The logic will be exactly same, the code will be exactly the same.
Okay,
Just we are
guys,
going to
we are
use
live.
Next.js,
So,
okay,
hey
the
everyone,
modified
and
version of React.js. So please mention in the live chat how is this website looking, and as I scroll down you can see that I can show my more details, and this is also something which we are going to build. You can see this is a very awesome slider here. You can show your projects. Right now I've just shown blank division. Inside this just some text is written, project 1, project 2, project 3. But yeah, we can show anything here. Okay, we can show some buttons, link to your GitHub repository, whatever you want you can show inside these cards. So just mention the live chat how is it looking, and then after that I've just mentioned some extra details here. So if someone wants to contact you, you can also create one button which would take you to your resume. Okay, your CV would be in Google Drive or somewhere. Okay, is this third portfolio website 3D? Okay, sorry, 3D portfolio website. No, it's not 3D, but yeah, you can say it's kind of animated. Okay, I made it animated, although I'm not using any kind of animation. Okay, this is something which I'll tell you how I did this. Okay, it's just a short trick, and also it is responsive. So as I just a second. Okay, let me just fix this. Yeah, also this is responsive. So as I just decrease the size, you can see as I go to my mobile, you can see that the size is also changing. Okay, so yeah, it's something which you're gonna build today, and everything is built using something and something. Okay, so I'm going to explain everything how we build these things. And this one more important thing which I'm going to use today is you can see that this is a responsive navigation bar. So as soon as I click on about, so I go to about section, project section, contact section, home section. So basically we are going to use ref hook. Okay, use ref hook. Okay, is it totally, it's only front end, there is no back end, there is no back end, only front end, that is in React.js, that too in a Next.js. Okay, so exactly same. In the people who have done Next.js, they know React.js and Next.js are exactly same. It's just Next.js is the modified version. Things are a little bit easier in Next.js. The code is exactly same. We are going to make the same division in React.js, same division in Next.js, same CSS, everything is same. Okay, so if you are someone who doesn't know Next.js, still you are okay, you can use normal React.js. Just use your brain and then you will be able to do the exact same thing. Okay, we are going to use Next.js, but it is same as React.js. Okay, Next.js is modified version. Okay, why am I using Next.js? Because if we go to React.js official website, just search for React.js. Okay, just search for React.js and then you would know they themselves are asking us to use Next.js. That's why I'm using Next.js. Okay, rest I would have used plain React.js, nothing would have changed, but still to cope up with the latest trends, I'm using Next.js. Okay, so you go to React.js website installation, and here if I go to start new project, and once you want to start new project, you can see that you just scroll down and they are themselves asking to use Next.js. Okay, you can see Next.js. Okay, that's why we are using Next.js. You can use other frameworks of React.js also, like there are other ones. I think I don't know anything. Yeah, that's totally fine. That's totally fine because there's nothing extra which we are going to do today. We are just going to create one page. You're going to create one similar page in React.js. Okay, right? Home page, about page, whatever pages you create in routing, you are just going to create one home page. Inside that, you can see at the top we have navbar component. Here we have what? Here we have portfolio component. Here we have about component. Here we have this project component. Here we have the socials component. Okay, so everything is component here. Same in React.js, same in Next.js. Nothing is different. Okay, so don't worry. If you don't know Next.js, that's totally fine. It's exactly same. Okay, you'll understand if you know React.js. Okay, now let's continue, guys. Just give me a minute. Okay. And one more thing, guys, I'm also going to tell you how you can host this for free. You can see that I have hosted it for free on this website, on Versal app. So if you type this URL, harshal-jan-portfolio.versal.app, or I'll tell you how you're gonna create your own URL, something like this. Very simple URL, right? You don't have any extra kind of XYZ text written, which makes the URL look ugly. You can see it's a very simple URL. You can make it more simpler. It's just that I gave the name as Harshal Jain Portfolio to my GitHub repository. That's why it's like that. So we are going to also tackle that, how we can upload this for free. Okay, so it's very easy. It's a 2-minute job, and we're gonna do that. Okay. For editing, which editing software you use? I actually used an AI website. Okay, you can just search for AI avatar maker. Okay, there are a bunch of them, free of them, so you can just make your AI avatar. I just tried to make something because my photos generally don't look good, you can see, so that's why I tried to make AI avatar that generally look good. Okay, little bit different, little bit more edited. Although you can use your own original photo like that. Okay, or you can use this one. Okay, this is also, by the way, an edited photo. This is me, this is not an avatar, but yeah, you can see the background is a little bit edited. So you can use Canva for this, or you can just search for profile picture editor, professional profile picture maker. There are a bunch of them. You can use any of them. Just Google it and you'll find a lot of things. Okay. Right, so guys, now let's continue, and I will try my best to finish this project in 1 hour, but it might take more than 1 hour. So just have a cup of tea and come along. Okay, right. So one more thing I would like to tell you is where is the source code? So if you feel missed out, you can just compare the code again. So for that, what you need to do is you just need to visit my GitHub profile, github.com/VIRAJJ014. Okay, once you visit my GitHub profile, I'll just share this in the live chat also. Okay, once you visit my GitHub profile, yeah, you can just check out my profile completely. I have a lot of projects here, and if you want to contact me, you can check out my LinkedIn, Instagram, okay, and YouTube. Yeah. So if I go to repositories, here you would see Harshal Jain portfolio. Okay, Harshal Jain portfolio. So if I just click on this, I would see the complete source code. Okay, so this is the complete source code. If you want to take reference, you can take reference from here. I'll also share this भैया skill वाला section भी रख लेते हैं. हाँ, actually I could have made the skill section, but since I have to complete this in 1 hour, so I just left the skill section here. Okay, this is just a normal website. It's like you are doing some freelance work. Okay, so generally freelancers show their projects only. Okay, what are their projects with this they have done, because generally people don't care about your skills. If I talk in terms of freelancing, if you are applying for a job, definitely skills are required and you must mention skills. But it's a general website. It's like if you are a freelancer, or like general website. Okay, not specific for colleges, but you can add one skill section also, just like my project section. You can add one skill section. I'll explain how you can do that. Okay, so it's exactly same. Instead of this card, you're going to show your skill card. Okay, HTML, CSS, JavaScript. You can see that the skills which you are going to show here would look definitely really great. So I'm going to explain how you can make those kind of things also. Okay, it's very easy. Skill section would be very easy, right? So that's it. So now let's continue to make our project. Okay, so I'll just create a fresh, just give me a second. Okay, so one thing is required, that is VS Code, and another thing which is Node.js must be installed. Since you are using React.js or Next.js, so we actually use npm or npx. So for that, Node.js is required, right? So we're gonna need Node.js. So just make sure you have Node.js. If you don't have Node.js, just search how to install it. You will know. Okay. So what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna create. I'm just gonna create one folder here directly. Okay, here or there in Geeks for Geeks. Okay, here I can create one folder. Okay, here I'll create one folder. Okay, भाई तुम्हारा वो सेंड ओटीपी वाला काम नहीं कर रहा बिट शेयर प्रोजेक्ट में. ओके एक्चुअली या आई माइट हैव चेंज द एपीआई की, सो आई जस्ट अपडेट द एपीआई की. ओके, it's just like I delete the keys after creating the project so that no one can steal mine. Okay, I'll just fix the keys so that now it would be working perfectly. Okay, creating multiple JS pages for different content like work contact is best way to for smooth website experience, and we can use Vue.js for better website. Yeah, you can use Vue.js, you can use Next.js, but it's advised not to use plain React.js nowadays. That's why I'm using Next.js. You can use Vue.js also. You can use other frameworks of React.js also. Vue.js, it's totally different. But I'm talking generally. I'm talking about you are advised to generally use Next.js, or there are different frameworks mentioned here. If you are not going towards React.js, that means React.js or Next.js, you can choose other ones also, like you can use totally different Angular, okay, or you can use Vue.js. But I prefer React.js field, that means either React.js or Next.js or other frameworks of React.js. Okay, so I'll be sticking with that, but you can choose totally different front ends like Vue.js or Angular. Okay, so here guys, we have a fresh folder. I'm just going to open this with VS Code. Okay, yes. Okay, so here what I'm going to do is I'm just going to go to my terminal. Okay, and in this terminal I'm just going to type the same command which we get from the React.js website for installing Next.js. So that command is basically npx create next app at the rate latest. Okay, this is the command which is going to create a Next.js application. For creating a plain React.js, I hope you know the command. Either you can use white, or you can just type simple command create React app and then the project name. That's also something. Okay, but I'm going to use Next.js, so I'm just going to name this project as Harshal Portfolio. Okay, portfolio. And although I'm just making TypeScript as yes, but we are not going to use TypeScript, so you don't know TypeScript, that's totally fine. Okay, and ESLint is required in Next.js just for error handling. That's why it's needed. We are not going to use Tailwind, so I'm just going to make it as no. Okay, and in Next.js we have a src directory for routing. In the Next.js we have app router. In Next.js, yeah, we don't need any default. Okay, that's it. So you can see that one fresh project would be created of Next.js. Okay, similarly you would be creating, if you're using plain React.js, you would be creating plain React.js project just like that. Okay, but yeah, that's totally fine. If you are sticking with the Next.js, that's always great because this is the latest thing. Okay, and I would suggest people who are still using plain React.js, please upgrade yourself to the framework of React.js, newer framework of React.js, that is Next.js. Okay, here we have this. Actually, in the title also, I'm going to mention later on Next.js. Okay, we didn't mention Next.js. I'll ask the team to mention Next.js. Okay, right. So this is done. You can see that the project has been created. Now let's test this. Okay, so I'm just going to type cd HARSHAL PORTFOLIO portfolio, Harshal portfolio. Okay, okay, Harshal portfolio. Now I need to start this. Okay, so where is exactly my home page in Next.js? If I go inside app, if I go inside page.tsx, okay, so this is TypeScript XML format. Similar is the JSX format. You might have recognized this. This is what a component. Inside this we have our item. Okay, I can just remove this totally, and I would just create a division here, simple division. I would just give a h1 tag. Okay, and I would just say this is my portfolio. Okay, this is my portfolio. Okay, so you can see very simple. Okay, this is my home page, assuming. Okay, so actually generally the page.tsx is the home page in Next.js. Okay, and here what I can do is, here I can just type npm run dev. Okay, this is for starting the Next.js application. If you're using plain React.js, that's npm start, right? So if I click on this, you can see that the application has started on localhost 3000. Okay, let's try to work on that. So here guys, what I would do is I would just go to localhost 3000, right? And here you can see that we get, this is my portfolio. Perfect. Right. So guys, if you have any doubts, you can ask me in the live chat. If you feel anything in the installation part is difficult, you can ask me, we'll be able to handle that if you ask. Okay, so you can see that this is the starting page, and here only we are going to do things. You can see this is the home page, this is the home page. Okay, so in this home page we are going to create some components. So what components are we going to create? So first of all, I am going to just do something for you all. I'll Okay, I think everything is fine. Okay, I think now what we're going to do is we're going to create our components. Okay, just components. So here what we're going to do is we are going to say components. Okay, components, right? And after that, inside this we're going to create some components. What components? Actually not inside app folder, you must create component inside src. Okay, so inside src, okay, I'm sorry, inside src I am going to create a folder named as components. Okay, so components, here we are going to have components. Okay, we already have this one, right? So you can see that in src we have two folders, app folder and component folder. We need one more component folder which is going to store our media files. Okay, why media files? Because you can see we have shown some images and all, right? So for that we're going to have some media folder. So media or asset folder, that's always great. So I'm going to write here asset. Okay, asset is fine, right? So here what I can do is I can just name my asset folder. Okay, this is the asset folder. Inside this we're gonna have some images. Okay, we're gonna have some images. So what you can actually do is to get the images. Okay, to get the images, I'll just show my GitHub repo. Okay, this is my GitHub repo. You can see inside the media folder we actually have this. I can change the name later on, but media or asset, mainly this would be the name. So you can just check out. Later on the name might change to asset. Okay, whenever I update the code, so you can check out, it would be either media or either asset. So inside this all my files are available. Okay, if I just show this image, can see that this is the image, right? So these are kind of images which we're gonna have. So what I'm gonna do is I'm just going to download or clone this repository. If you don't generally use GitHub, you would be just downloading the zip folder. Okay, or else if you use GitHub, you know the git clone command, so you can use the git clone command to clone this repository. Okay, both are the ways. So you can see that zip file is downloaded. I'm just going to extract that. So you can see that basically this is here. I'm just going to extract. Okay, extract all. And here you can see that it's extracted, right? So inside this we have the complete repository which we have downloaded. So inside the src you can look for media. So you can see here we have all the media. If I just make the view like this, so you can see I have some of my images. Okay, this is about image, this is main image which I've shown in my main page, this is my signature which I made using Canva. Okay, so there are different tools which I have used. I made this using Canva. We have different fonts there, or you can use any other tool also. Okay, or you can just show some kind of logo instead of this signature. Okay, if you don't know how to use Canva, so you can show some kind of signature. And then for removing the background, for using free Canva, if you're using Canva for free, you won't be able to remove background. You can see this is a PNG with remove background. So you can just search for Adobe background remover website. So there they allow you to remove your image background for free. Okay, so you can use Adobe background remover online. Okay, so this is it. And then this was some extra image which we are not going to use, but still it's here. Okay, so yeah, everything is here. We're going to use these things. Okay, here also you can see background is removed. Okay, this is an AI avatar, it's not my own image. Okay, it's my AI avatar. So you can just search for AI avatar maker. Different ones are available there. You can use any of them. Okay, I'm not showing them because there are some different advertisers, bad ones, good ones. So that's why I'm not showing that. Okay, so that's why. Okay, else I would have shown the website for AI avatar maker. But yeah, you can just search for them. If you don't find any, then you can message me. I'll just give you the link of the website directly. Okay, that would also be fine. Or here I'll create a readme file of my project. Okay, let me just tell you where I'm going to create the readme file. So there I'm going to mention some instructions. Okay, so here where we have the project, here I'm going to create one readme file. Okay, at the end of this video, after we end this video, we're going to create one readme file for instructions. Okay, there you can just check out the instructions which you are needed, which you need. Okay, now let's go back. You can see that this is the media folder. So I'm just going to copy this media folder. Okay, Control C, copy this media folder, and I'm going to go to my project. This was the project inside src. Here we were keeping the files. Okay, so I'll just paste the media folder. Actually it is renamed. I'm just going to rename this to asset, ASSET, assets. Okay, assets. Okay, assets. Okay, inside this now we're going to have all of our assets, some kind of images. Okay, you can paste your own image, okay, with whatever things which you want to show. Then this is my main image, this is some kind of logo which you want to show. Okay, done. After that we don't really need these two, so I can delete these, but it's like it contains some of the project images. Okay, so you can keep your project images if you want, then you can show your project images. These two are not needed right now, so we are just going to delete this. Okay, done. Now one more important thing, guys. We are going to have one more thing. That is what? That is, if you go to again the project which we downloaded from GitHub, here we need one kind of video. Okay, so I'm just going to go to public, and here you can see we have one smoke video. Okay, so this is the trick which we are going to use. You can see that this looks animated, but this is just a video. Okay, so you can see it's very simple to use, and what we're going to do is we're just going to play with your mind. Okay, it's just like it's a video, but you might feel that this is an animation. So this is generally what websites do. Okay, and make sure you have a low sized file so that it's loading fast. So you can see this is a very low sized file. I think I downloaded it, by the way, from Pexels, Pexels. You can search for that. There I just search for smoke, and then I got a lot of videos from there. Okay, so you can just search Pexels. Free videos are available there. You can download videos like that. Okay, so if I show you properties, भैया Next.js का idea एकदम नहीं है. That's totally fine. It's same as React.js. Same as React.js. You can build the same thing in React.js. That's totally same. Okay. थोड़ा सा दिमाग लगाना पड़ेगा आपको. Like अगर बिल्कुल ही plain React.js, if you're using बिल्कुल plain React.js, then you might I have to use a little bit of your brain to do the exact things. But divisions वही है, CSS वही है, HTML वही है, सब कुछ same है. Okay. It's like placement of files are different. It's that. Okay, and here you can see that we have smoke one. Okay, so I'm just going to copy this, just copy this. Okay, copied, and I'll go to my project which I'm creating right now. So GFG Harshal portfolio, and in the public folder I'm pasting it. Okay, so you can see that everything is done here. Okay, everything is done here. Now I'll simply open this, and what you'll see is inside public we have smoke one, right? This is the video which we have. Perfect. You can see that, yeah, nowadays VS Code is also allowing us to preview things. Previously, in the previous versions of VS Code, we were not able to see the previews, but nowadays it's working well. So you can see, yeah, we have the video. Perfect. What else do we have? We have the assets folder. Inside this we have our images, right? So you can see we have our images. This is just a logo. You can just search for different logos. You can create your different logos in Canva. Canva is a website where you can create easier designs very easily. You can create these kind of, I just written this text on a font. I use the font which we have in Canva, and you can easily do this. Okay, so everything is here. Fine. Now let's continue, and I'm going to create this ASAP. So first of all, at the top, what we're gonna need is we're gonna need some components. So inside the components folder, we are going to need one file named as navbar. So navbar.tsx. Okay, this is for navbar. Here we are going to use one shortcut which is used same in React.js, same in Next.js. So I'm just going to search here one extension. The extension name is ES7 plus. Just install this. Okay, then you're good to go. Here, if I type RAFCE, and by the way, if you want to learn Next.js, we can use Tailwind CSS in React for writing code in EasyV. Yes, you can use this, but I would suggest, like personally, I use Tailwind CSS, but it's like still you have to make a lot of changes in Tailwind. Okay, you have to write a lot of CSS in Tailwind. You might have felt that yeah, instead of writing the margin completely, we have some short word for giving it some margin. At the end, you are writing CSS that much only. So what I prefer is I never use Tailwind that much. Okay, if the project is based on Tailwind, then I have to use that. But if I have to start things from scratch, I don't generally prefer Tailwind. I can use MUI, Material UI, with inbuilt components. That's always most helpful. You don't need to write that much CSS. You just need to write properties, color, and size. That are the properties. Suppose you have to create a DOB element, date of birth element. So you can use Material UI in a pre-built DOB component, and that's in most cases I use Material UI. So I generally don't use Tailwind CSS. I just pick UI directly from Material if it's complicated, okay, or else I build CSS from scratch, both ways. Okay, in this case we are going to write CSS from scratch in most ways, but for the scroller which we are talking about, project scroller, it's with the help of Swiper.js. We're going to use that. Okay, so first of all, we made this component. Okay, one component is made, it very easy. Just a second, guys, I'll just open this one also, so if there is something else, I'll copy paste directly. Okay, uh, I might have some extra files. Okay, yes, now it's fine. So you can see that we have the navbar component. Similarly, we need one more component, which is our top component. So I can just name this component as what? Okay, so inside this, I'll just name my component as portfolio section, something like that. Portfolio section dot tsx. Okay, RAFCE. Okay, we're gonna have one more component for our. If you go to the website, you just need to type Harshal Jain portfolio. Portfolio.varsal. Here you can see that this is the first component, navbar. Below that we have what? We have portfolio component. Below that we have about component. Okay, so about section. So I'm going to create one more section here named as about section dot tsx. Okay, instead of this, if you're using plain React.js with JavaScript, you're going to write it as JSX. That's it. Okay, and again this component done. Now one more thing, which is you can just see, this is one more component, this project section. Okay, so we are going to create one project section. So I'm just going to name it as project section. Okay, dot JSX. Okay, I can create one more section for skills also. So if you want to create skill section, but we are not going to use this one, but still I'm just going to create it here, skill section dot JSX. And then we have project section. So inside the project section, I'm just going to write RAFCE. Inside the skill section, we're going to write RAFCE. Okay, inside the portfolio, I think we have written, inside about we have written. Okay, now one more component, if you go below, you can see we have this what you can do is I can just name it as footer. Okay, I can just name it as footer. That would be fine. So footer dot tsx. Okay, and I can have one more component named as social section. Okay, one more component dot tsx. That's it. So these are some components. Again, inside the footer, I'm just going to type RAFCE. Again, in the social section, I'm just going to type RAFCE. That's it. Okay, so you can see these are all the components. We have the navbar component at the top. So let's start with the navbar component. Okay, it's very easy. So we're going to start with the navbar component. In the navbar component, we are generally going to have some sections. Okay, we're generally going to have some sections. So one more thing, guys, I'll just create one CSS file also. So CSS folder also. Inside this, we're going to have all of our CSS files. So styles, inside that we're going to have CSS file for our navbar. Okay, similarly for other sections. Okay, so let's do that. So I'm going to have one CSS file for navbar. Actually, what I'll do is I'll just copy the names of these components directly. Okay, so I'll just copy all of them, control and select all of them, control C, and just paste it inside the styles folder. And then I'm just going to name it as about section dot module dot css, right? Similarly, we're gonna have one more, that is dot module dot css. Okay, I'm just going to copy this and do the exact things here. Right, this is the CSS type of CSS format which we do in Next.js. We're going to write plain CSS code, but you have to name it like this in Next.js. Okay, so yes, we have all the CSS files here. And now it's done. Okay, so you can see that now all of them are done. I'm just going to remove the inner things which is coming from the tsx files. We don't need this. We're going to write plain CSS code here. Okay, yes, so I'll just remove all of this. Perfect. So you can see that now the errors are also gone, right? So let's start with navbar.tsx. Okay, so initially I'll just go to my app folder. I'll just go to my page.tsx. This is the home page, right? Here we are going to show things. Okay, so at the top, what I told you, what you're going to show, you're going to show navbar. Okay, you're going to show navbar. So just import navbar here. Okay, you can see navbar is automatically imported with @ automatically. It's done in Next.js, but in React.js you have to write the proper name, from where you have to import dot 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 slash component slash like that. Okay, but yeah, it's done automatically in Next.js. You can see. If you still are confused how to import things, suppose you forgot to import it like that, just write the name and component, just press Control and space, and then you'll automatically get the suggestion from VS Code. Okay, so that's also fine, right? So after this, guys, we're gonna need one more thing. That is what? That is our portfolio section. So portfolio gets actually portfolio section. Okay, then after that we're gonna need the about section. Okay, then after that we're gonna need project section, right? Then after that, suppose you are showing the skill section also, so skill section, right? Then after that you're gonna show one more section, that is footer section. Okay, suppose one more section, that is the social section. So you can see that I have shown all of my section in a single home page. Okay, that's what we have done. Very easy. Now let me just show you. So if I type localhost 3000, you can see, guys, that now we are able to see all of our sections. Perfect. So that's done. That's done. Okay, what is TSX here? TSX is TypeScript XML format. Since generally in Next.js we have TypeScript format, that's why we use TSX extension. Okay, but it's like JSX. Okay, if you are using plain React.js, that means if you are not using TypeScript anywhere, you are going to have files with ending with JSX. That's JavaScript XML, and TSX means TypeScript XML. Okay, nothing is different, just some format, TypeScript or JavaScript format. If you are using plain React.js, you are just going to create your components with JSX, 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 JSX. That's it. Okay, nothing different. If you are using plain React.js, okay, so yeah, you have to use JSX extension at the end. Rest everything is same. This is normal JavaScript code. You can see this is normal JavaScript code, right? And in every page we are using normal JavaScript. So you can see that we have our components here. Okay, we have our components here, right? So here what we need to do is, here first let's try to complete the navbar part. Okay, so let's go here and I'll just go to my navbar.tsx, right? And here we are going to make a very simple navbar page. Okay, very simple navbar page. So first of all, I'm going to import the navbar css which we have created. The name is navbar.module.css. So I'm just going to import it. So import styles from, okay, so from @/styles/navbar.module.css. So we have imported the css file. Okay, I'm just going to say that this first division is going to have a class name of outer. Okay, nav outer. So you can see nav outer, right? And inside this, what we're going to do is, in React.js, what you would have done is you have simply given a class name, whatever is the class name. If you're using plain React.js, you're going to give a class name here, and then you're going to have a css file directly. Okay, you're going to import a css file directly. Okay, that's how you do in React.js. But in Next.js, what you do is you have to import an instance of it. You have to create an instance of it just like an object, and then you're going to pass the object key to the class name. Okay, so it's like class name would be nav outer. So in Next.js we do it like that, do it like this. In React.js, the previous one. Okay, so this is the first component. Now I'm going to say that we're going to have a division. Let's give it a class name, styles dot left. If you missed out something in Next.js, in this video, you can just start from beginning. You will understand everything. It's very easy. The installation and usage is very easy. It's just like React.js modified version. Okay, so here we have image and alt attribute for the image. Okay, now the image tag is imported from next image. If you're not using normal React.js, you're going to use img tag. Okay, but for Next.js we have specific image. Okay, you can see these are some extra features which we have in Next.js. Okay, so it's like you can change the quality of the image with the help of this image tag. So it's very useful. Okay, now we're going to show our signature. Okay, so we're going to import our signature logo, right? we are going to import our logo. So I'm just going to say that I'm going to import our logo from media folder edge signature. Okay, so it's actually at the rate, and this is actually assets, ASSETS. Okay, assets folder. Inside the assets we have edge's signature. Okay, if you don't see this, you just need to type this and you can see that I'm getting this. Okay, so you can see that, yeah, we have imported our signature, and we're just going to say that in the src we are going to show our signature. That's it. Okay, now what else you need to show? You need to show some width and height. Okay, so I'll just give it default width and height. Later on we're going to change this. Okay, and after that I'm going to say that full quality must be used. Okay, full quality must be used, so I'm going to use full quality. That means quality equals 100. So quality equals 100, and class is this one. That's it. So we have created the left side successfully. Right now guys, what we're going to do is we are going to create one more division here. Okay, the division name would be right. Okay, so division and class name and styles dot right dot right. Okay, so inside this what we're going to do is we're going to create some buttons. But first of all, let's have a function here. I'll explain what's the purpose of this function later on, but let's create the function. So this function is handle button click. That means this function is going to do something whenever I click a button, right? So let's create this, and this is an arrow function, simple arrow function. Right now we are not doing anything. Okay, but yeah, we want something inside. Okay, so we would say, suppose some word would come here. Okay, so I'm just going to call that word section. Okay, section parameter is section, and since we are using TypeScript, so we have to mention the type here. So I'm just gonna say any for now. If you don't know TypeScript, just write any. That's it. If you know TypeScript, you would write the exact type, like string or number or whatever you want, but right now I'm just writing any. Okay, any. If you are a beginner, you would write any, so that there is no confusion. For people who are using Next.js with me, they have to write this extra thing. Okay, if you're not using TypeScript or if you're not using Next.js, then you can just write it just like that. For plain React.js, that would work properly. Okay, but for Next.js with TypeScript, you have to write it this way. Right, inside that what we're going to do is we're just going to say, for now I'm just going to print it console.log section. So console.log section. That's it. Okay, so whatever button I clicked on, that section would be printed. For example, what you're going to do is you're going to create one button for home. So I'm saying that I'm having one button for home, so as soon as I click, I would send home text, so home text would be printed. That's it. Okay, similarly we're going to have one button for about, one button for project, one button for contact. That's it. Okay, you can see these are the buttons. I can have one more button for skills. Okay, so here I would have one more button for skills, skills. Okay, skills, and skills. Okay, skills. That's it. Okay, so that's done. Now we're gonna have one more section just like that, named as write one. Okay, write one, and we'll show this later on when the mobile view is visible. Okay, we're gonna show this section in mobile view, but right now in the web view we're going to hide this. But still I'm writing it. I'm going to hide it with the help of my CSS. Okay, with the help of my CSS. So here what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna have one hook here, which would be like const navbar active, actually nav active comma set nav active. Right, set nav active, and equals use state. So initially what I'm saying, let me just show you with the help of the example. I'm just saying that initially my navbar would be hidden in the mobile. Let me just show you with the help of this example. So if you go here, okay, you can see this is a web view. There is no problem. If I talk about the mobile view, okay, so you can see we have a button. That means navbar is hidden, nav active is false initially. As soon as I click this, you can see nav active is true, and this is write one section. Okay, this is write one section. Okay, so that's what we are going to do. We are going to say that if nav active became true, then only we are going to show the write one section. So I'm just going to create one bracket here. Okay, and here also I'm going to create one backend around the write one section. I'm going to say that if nav active equals true, then only show this. Okay, if nav active is true, then only show the write one section. Okay, so if I go to my project, okay, if I refresh, okay, there is one problem here. Okay, we have to use client at the top, so just do that. Okay, use client at the top, and you can see that yeah, we have this. So right now you can see we only see right section. Okay, but suppose if I make this true, if I make this true, so you can see we have right one section also. We don't want to show the right one section for now. We're going to style it later. We're going to show it later. Okay, that's it. So right now you can see that this is it. This is done. Okay, this is done. Now what we need to do is we just need to create one button. What button? What button? So you can see that here, you can see that we have this button. We have this button. Okay, hamburger button. So for creating this button, we are gonna create a simple division here. Okay, simple division here. So for that, what we're gonna do is we're just going to say that we have division. Okay, division, and then the class name. Let's give this class name as for now styles dot nav underscore toggler, nav toggler. Okay, let's close this now. Okay, let's close this now. And here we're just going to create one span depicting one line. Okay, depicting one line. Which line? The middle line. The middle line. We have three lines here, right? We have three lines here in this button. I'm talking about one line, that is the span line. That's it. So now what we're going to do is we are going to style it via CSS. Okay, so let's go to navbar.module.css, and I'm going to go really fast now. So let's come here. Okay, I'm going to come here, and here we're going to write our CSS. Okay, so first of all, in the navbar module.css, first of all, I'm going to say that my image would be styled. Okay, image would be styled. So you can see image is taking height like this, and automatically width would be taken. Okay, similarly, we are saying that the nav outer, that means left and right, would be in left and right. Space between means left and right? And then after that, align item center, z index 100, that means I want the navbar to be always on the top, okay, of anything. That's why. And position is fixed of this navbar, and width is 100%. So you can see that left and right. That's it. Okay, and you can see one more thing, that these sections are like this, and navbar is always on the top. Okay, navbar is always on the top. But for now, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to go to my page.tsx, and I'm going to hide this. Okay, I mistakenly have written wrong spelling. I'll fix that later. Okay, I'll fix that later. Right, so now let's come back here to the navbar, and here you can see that we have to style the inner section. Okay, so left and right. So if I talk about right section, I want the right section to be space between. You can see that it's like this, but I want it to be space between, so it must take 500 pixel width, and it must be space between. So you can see now it's space between, right? Now I'm going to say that division inside. Okay, fine. Now we are going to say that the button inside right, or right one, are going to have some same styles. So background color transparent, color white, font weight 400, and font weight, and some padding, and then some text stroke. Okay, text stroke is like you're giving border to the text. Okay, so it's like you can see this text is having some border, so that if you view this in white background, at that time also this text is visible. Okay, so you can see that this is it. The buttons are styled like that. Okay, and similarly, if I hover on the button, I want to do something, so I can definitely do this. If you want to do something, you can say that the color would become, suppose, yellow. Okay, so if I hover on this, you can see that the color became yellow. If you want to give some border bottom, you can give it some border bottom, or you can remove this if you want. Okay, so you can see that yeah, that's how it looks. If you want to just change this, generally what I would do is I would just make it gray by default. Okay, something like that, and I would just make this white. That would look even better. So you can see that yeah, it would become a little bit highlighted as soon as I click on this, although it's very less. You can just decrease this if you want a little bit more grayish. So you can see yeah, now it's more visible. Okay, now it's more visible. Perfect. So now guys, let's continue. Thanks a lot, Bia, for explaining it to React user 2. It's really helping me to go along with you. Okay, thanks for watching. Right. Now let's continue, and you can see that this is a very basic navigation bar. Now what you need to do is you need to make things active. Okay, you need to make things active. But first of all, let's talk about nav toggler button. Okay, which button? You can see this button. I'm calling this nav toggler. Okay, this button is nav toggler. Okay, I hope you're coping up with the CSS. CSS is exactly same. There's nothing different. So you can see this is a button. This is known as nav toggler. Okay, in our dictionary we call it nav toggler or hamburger button. Okay, so we're going to style that. So where we are initially showing the button. Okay, so first of all, button is there, but it's not visible. Why? Because you can see that if I go to the navbar.tsx file, here you can see there is a button. but it's not visible because it does not have any style, just a empty span tag. Okay, so we have to make it visible. So for making it visible, we have to give it some size. Okay, some size. So I'm just gonna call it nav toggler because CSS is for that is nav toggler, right? And then I'm gonna say that initially when you are in the website, if I give example of this, you can see you don't see the button. Okay, you don't see the button. What generally happens is you don't see the button, right? You can see you don't have the button, but as soon as you go to the mobile view, you can see you have the button, you have the button, right? So that's what we have to fix. Okay, you can see since we are in the mobile view, you can see you have the button, but in the web view you don't have the button. Okay, but right now, for now, we are showing the button in web view also, so let's show that. But when we are generally talking, we are going to make display of that button as none in the web view. Okay, initially we are showing because of the CSS, but I hope you know this is going to be hidden. The button is always going to be hidden in the web view. That's why we have display none properties. So I'm going to enable this later, but right now I'm just disabling it so that we can style it first. Okay, so height and width would be 44 pixel, 44 pixel, and then some background color of white. Let's see this button. So you can see we have this button here. Perfect. So we have a box here. And what else can you do is you can just say that there is no border, z index is 1000, that means always on top. And then flex direction is column. Why flex direction column? Because you can see that we have 3 lines in that button, right? So we're gonna have 3 span tags. Right now we only have 1 span tag. We're gonna create after of that span tag and before of that span tag. So we generally need 3 lines, okay, that are in column. So we're gonna say flex direction column, justify content center. Okay, that means we're gonna have 3 lines. You can just minimize this. You can see we have 3 lines. We have 3 lines and they are in column. Okay, so right now we don't have anything, but let's try that. Let's complete that. Okay, so I'm gonna say that one more thing, that as soon as I click on that button, I'm going to show a box shadow. Okay, now if I talk about one span tag, I'm just going to say that this span tag, one single span tag which is inside the division. Okay, you can see that it's gonna have some width and height. That means just a line, black color line, display blocks, display block, margin auto. Okay, so you can see that we have one line at the top. Okay, you can see we have one line at the top, right? What else I'm gonna do is I can just say align items center. I think align items as center would help. Okay, actually, yeah, that's fine. Here what we need to do is we need to say display as flex. That's it, display as flex. Okay, done. You can see that now it's in center. Okay, perfect. So now what we need is we need to create one span before and after. Okay, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to say that with referencing this span tag, we're going to create 2 more lines above this and below this. Okay, 2 lines above this and below this. So we're going to say nav toggler before and after. We're going to target it like that. Okay, and I'm just creating 2 lines. You can create 2 separate span tags directly in the division, but I'm not doing that. I'm just creating one span tag in my division, and after that we are going to just create before and after that. Okay, so we don't need 3 span tags, we just need one span tag. That's what we have done. So I'm just going to say position absolute. Absolute simply means it would be relative to this span tag, around this span tag. So I'm just saying that right now these 2 more span tags are being created behind this one line. So right now you can assume that we are not able to see anything because 3 lines are created behind each other because of what? Left 0, top 0, and position absolute. Later on we'll target that, but right now 3 lines are behind each other. But I want one line must be above, one line must be bottom. That's what I want. Okay, but right now I'm saying that 3 lines are like this, and width is 100%, height is 100%, height is 100%, and whatever it is, it would take accordingly. Right now, after that, I'm saying that the before one would be shown a little bit of in different position. Translate y out, translate it in the y direction. Okay, and one more thing, that is translate in the positive y direction. So now if you see this, can see that we have this line. Okay, we have this line, right? Perfect. Now what we want is as soon as I click on this button, you can see it became a cross. Okay, so what actually happens is as soon as I click on this button, so navbar.tsx, and here you can see that यार 1 घंटे में तो हो ही नहीं पाया, कोई बात नहीं, we'll try to finish it in 2 hours. Okay, 1 more hour would be needed. Okay, anyways, so you can see that now if I click on this navbar part is only the complicated one, rest everything is fine. Okay, so as soon as I click on this button, what I want is I want it to call a function named as handle navbar click. Okay, so as soon as I click on this button, I wanted to call a function named as handle navbar click. So let's create a function. So const handle what's the name, handle navbar click. Okay, so handle navbar click and equals, and as soon as you click on this, what I want is set nav active as opposite of nav active. Whatever it is, just set opposite. If it's true, make it false. If it's false, make it true. Okay, where is the nav active? Actually make it at the top. Okay, so I'm saying that if nav active is false, just make nav active true. If nav active is true, make it false. Okay, so now as soon as I click on this, nav active would become true. Okay, as soon as I click on this, nav active would become true. So I'll just cut this. I would say that if nav active is true, nav active is true, then add one more CSS here. What CSS? The CSS name would be, one CSS name would be what? One CSS name would be, it's like, I'll just mark these backticks. I'll just say one CSS would be what? So dollar and these brackets, I'll just say styles dot nav underscore TOGGLER. Okay, one CSS would be this one. Another CSS would be what? If navbar is active, that means X sign would be shown. So for that, I'm going to create one style named as styles dot nav active. That's it, nav active. Okay, okay, it's actually nav active, right? And if navbar is not active, that means its value is false, nav active is false, then just show this style. Then just show this style. That's it. That's it. So you can see that if navbar is not active, I'll just show normal 3 lines. If navbar is active, I'm going to show one CSS, that is nav toggler and nav active. That means X sign. For creating this X sign, what we're going to do is we're going to go back to navbar.module.css, and here we're just going to say that as soon as nav active is true, okay, nav active CSS is there. So what I'm going to say is, I'm just going to say that the before would be rotated 45 degrees, okay, and the after would be rotated 135 degrees. Okay, so now you would see one thing. So as soon as I refresh this, okay, so what I did was, I'll just come back here. Guys, I made one mistake. Just cut this and just pass this backticks some dollar, and then okay, it's actually nav toggler, right? Fine. So you can see initially you would see like this. If I click this, you can see that right one is visible, and also you can see that I see it, but I want to hide the middle one. I want to hide the middle one. That means I would just make the color as transparent. That's it. So I would just come to this navbar module.css, okay, and I would just say that the middle one, that is the normal span, would be having the color as transparent. That's it. Okay, so it must be having background color. I'm sorry, background color is transparent. That's it. So the middle background color would be gone, right? So you can see as soon as I click on this, you can see the middle background color is transparent, and the before and after are shown. Okay, so now what we need to do is we just need to make it responsive. Okay, so what I told you is initially it would be hidden. Okay, initially it would be hidden, so I'll just make display none as true, and I'll just hide this button. So you can see initially, if I refresh this, initially you won't be able to see the button, but as soon as I inspect, I want to show that button, and I want to hide the right section. How can I do that? So I'll just come here. I'll just come here now, and I'll just say that when I reach 500 pixel, in that case I want to hide the right section. Okay, I want to hide the right section. Perfect. Okay, I want to hide the right section. So as soon as I reach okay, let me just refresh. As soon as I reach 500, you can see that it's gone. Okay, now I want to show the button. Okay, that means the nav toggler. So I'll just make nav toggler as flex. Okay, nav toggler would be visible. You can see nav toggler is here. Now I want to show the right section. So if I click on this, you can see right one section looks like this, but I want to fix it. Okay, so what I'll do is I'll just say that right one section would be taking full height. Okay, full height. So I'll just say that the right one section would be taking full height. Display would be column. Okay, display would be column, flex direction would be column, align item center, justify content space between, and position absolute top right, and full height would be taken, and some transparent background is given. Okay, that's it. So you would see that, yeah, it looks like this, space evenly, right? You can see that's done. Okay, now one more thing, that is you can just make the button more visible if you want, or you can just give more CSS, but you can see that now it's done. Please upload the front-end React project on marketplace website. I actually uploaded it on Vercel. So you can check out Vercel, you'll find it there. I'll share the link later, but yeah, it's available on Vercel, or I'm not sure which marketplace are you talking about, but I've uploaded it for free on Vercel. You can see this is the URL, Harshal Jain portfolio.vercel.app. I'll explain how you can upload that for free. That's totally free, right? You can see that the now navbar is done. Now the navbar is completed, right? Now let's talk about the other section. So I'll just close this. Okay, now I'll go to my portfolio section. Okay, this is the portfolio section. Actually, I must fix the spelling. So PORT, portfolio section, portfolio section, portfolio section, and page.tsx also has this portfolio section. Okay, so I'll just cut this one and paste it here, and it's portfolio section, and just import the portfolio section, import the portfolio section. One more thing, I think, yes, name must also be changed, so it's also POR. Perfect. Okay, so you can see that now the name is perfect. So you can see that, yeah, in our project you can see we have to now style the project portfolio section. Okay, so now let's come to the portfolio section. Here we need to show a few things. So first of all, I need to just import the CSS. Okay, so I'm just going to import the CSS from, so I'll just say @/styles/port p. Okay, again, I'll just fix the spelling in the CSS PORT portfolio, and the CSS file would be having portfolio. Yes, fine. So, okay, actually dot module. Okay, dot module. Right. So you can see portfolio section. Right. So now what we need to do is we just need to style this. I'm just going to say what image is it taking. So I'm just going to say that import main image. I'm just going to name it as main image, main img. Okay, from @assets/hj main img. Okay, so I'm just importing one image. Which image? You can just go to main image, you can see this image. Okay, I'm talking about this image. Perfect. Now we have the image. We need to import the image tag from Next.js. You can use the normal img tag from HTML, that's also fine. And we need, okay, we don't need the head tag, so I'm just going to remove it. Okay, so these are the things. Now we are just going to create one division, and I'm just going to name this division as section1 outer. Okay, now inside this we're gonna have one of our section. Okay, so one section would be subtext division. Okay, one section would be subtext division, so I'm just going to create one subtext division. Okay, and after that we're gonna have one image. Okay, one image. You can see main image. Okay, it's actually main image img. Okay, its class is main img. Okay, and the quality is 100. That's it. Now we have one more section, that is main text division. So we have three sections in this page. Okay, three divisions in this page. Okay, and at the end we have to show our smoke MP4. Okay, so one video, that is smoke MP4 video. Okay, so I'm just creating a video tag, normal HTML video tag. Inside that I have shown smoke MP4. Where is this file? This is available in my public folder. So whatever you have in the public folder, you can directly access that by just writing the name just like that. Okay, so there's no problem. Just write /smoke.mp4 and you'll get this. And I'm saying that it would be auto playing as soon as you load the website. It would be in loop, it would be muted, and there would be no control. So I haven't mentioned the control text here. Okay, so now if I just show you the website, you can see that, yeah, we have it, and you can see automatically the video is also playing. Okay, video is also playing. Now let's come back. What you need to do is you need to style this a bit. Okay, but before that let's complete the inner section. So you can see that we have main text division. Okay, main text division. Here I'll just say that we have a p tag. So I'm just saying that inside that I'll have I am a. Okay, and after that we have a h1 tag, and here you can see that I mentioned an NBSP. Okay, span tag. Inside that I mentioned NBSP. Why I mentioned that? Because you can see that it has 4 letters, it has 5 letters. So to make things center, I have introduced one extra blank character. Why is it inside the span tag? Because later on I can hide the span tag. Okay, I can't hide this extra space, but I can hide the span tag. So later on when I want to make things responsive in the mobile view, I can actually hide this. Okay, but in the web view I need to bring things in center. That's why I introduced this extra space. That's it. Okay, so it's some usage of brain here. Okay, then we have h2 tag. Inside this I've just mentioned developer. Okay, so I am a full stack developer, that's what I have mentioned. Okay, right, and now we have the top section. So inside this subtext division, basically inside this what you need to show. So I'm just going to create one left side. Okay, one left side. Okay, so I'll just close this and I'll just copy this, copy and paste it, and this is what the right side. Okay, so right side. Right now here what I want to show is I want to show a division. Okay, a division whose styles is about. Okay, and here also I want to show two divisions which shows my stats. Okay, so I'm just going to create one division, copy and paste it here. Okay, so what I'm really trying to do is here I'm just going to show my about. It's like, hi, I am Harshal Jain, I build these websites. Okay, so you can see that I've shown this inside the span. I've shown my name because I want to make it bold. Okay, and then in the second p tag I would show something else. Okay, just some more details about me. That's it. Okay, done. Now inside the stat what I'm going to show is I'm just going to show like 30 plus projects created or 30 plus happy clients. Say if you're a freelancer, you're going to show something like this. So you can see that 30 plus happy clients. Okay, although I haven't taken 30 projects till now, but still I mentioned it. Okay, and similarly I'm going to have one more h1 tag. Here I've shown that 5 plus years of experience. Okay, so you can see I've shown it. Why BR? Because I want to break to the next line. Okay, years of, and next line would have experience. Similarly happy, next line would have clients. Okay, like that. So you can see that now if I show you it in my page, you can see it would be something like this. What I want is, you can see it looks something like this, but I want to make it visible like that. Okay, so if I just show you, you can see I want it to be like that. So you can see this is what this behind one is. What I am a full stack developer. You can see that this section is main text division, and then this image is what, this is the main image, and this section is what, this is subtext division. Okay, so you can see at the bottom we have video. Okay, before that we have what, we have main text division, before that we have image, and at the top we have what, we have our subtext division. Okay, so that's why the order is like that. Okay, so you can see that these are the orders. So you can subtext division, at the bottom we have video, then we have main text, I am a full stack developer, then we have the image, then at the top we have my details left and right. Right now let's style this. Okay, so I'm going to go to my portfolio section, css. Okay, portfolio module css, and here we're going to write some css for it. Okay, so first of all, I want to use some font family. So suppose if you want to use any font in Next.js, what you can actually do is you can just go to the website, Google Fonts, just go here. Okay, and I'm explaining you how you can use Google Fonts in Next.js. In React.js it's a little bit different. I think, yeah, you can use the same process in React.js also. We have to import the CSS, that's it. Okay, okay, so for example, I would search for some fonts, or suppose if you want to use this font, and I'm going to use this Anta font. You can see this is the font, suppose. Okay, so I will just click on get font and get embedded code. Here you can see you have this, just click on import, and you just need to copy this URL. Just copy this URL and paste it to any global CSS wherever you have. So I have a global CSS file here by default created by Next.js, so I'm going to use it, and at the top I'm going to import it. Okay, now you can see we are getting an error because we need to end this. Okay, so semicolon sign. Now you can see that this font is imported. Now I can use this font anywhere. Okay, so that's why I mentioned global CSS file. Okay, so just paste it to your global CSS file. Now we're going to write the CSS. Okay, so first of all I'm going to say section 1 outer. It's going to take full width and height. Okay, and overflow is hidden, background color is black. Okay, then after that I'm going to say that smoke video is going to take z index as 2, and again full width and height, top left 0, and the index would be 2. So let's see. So if I come here, and you can see that, yeah, this is the smoke video, the index is 2. Okay, now I'm gonna say that what we have main text division. So I'm gonna say my main text division is gonna have z index 3, right? Z index 3 and flex direction column and align right of center and position absolute, top say 10%. So you can see that, yeah, it's 3, right? So you can see it's visible. Now similarly we have image. So I'm gonna say that main image would be shown from height would be 80%, it would be shown from bottom, z index is 4, that means it's one more above. Okay, and object contain and position absolute, so that there's no stretch. So you can see that now we have image also. Okay, now similarly we have the p tag inside the main text division. So I'm gonna say that it's gonna have some styles, and you can see it's has the enter style. Okay, so you can see that this p tag has this enter style, right? Enter style, right? So you can see that the font has also been changed. Now similarly if I talk about the h1 tag, I'm gonna say that this h1 tag is gonna take 7 rem size, color will be transparent, and some border of the text is given. So WebKit text stroke is a very important property. It gives border to the text. Okay, and one more thing, word spacing. Okay, so you can see that now we have it something like this. So you can see that it looks cool, right? It looks very cool. Okay, and that's with the help of text stroke. Okay, now let's come below, and I'm gonna say that similarly we're gonna have the h2 tag. For that we have some css, so I'm gonna copy that css file. Okay, I'll just copy the css code. Actually, we need one font first. Okay, so we're gonna copy it from here, Caderville. Okay, Caderville. So get font and get embedded code and import, and you can see that we have this css, we have this imported file. Okay, so you can again go to your global css and just paste it. That's it. Okay, just paste it. That's it. Okay, now I'll come back here, and what I want is I want to show developer. Okay, so for showing the developer, what I'm going to show is h2 tag has the developer text. So I'm going to show is it must be Flexend. Okay, font family must be this one which we just now imported. Okay, now how would you know that this is the exact thing which you need to write? Okay, just go back to the Google Fonts, and you can see that they have explained if you want to use the font family you have to write it this way. Okay, so you can use it, right? Now let's come back. Now let's come back. So you can see what I've done is I've simply said that top and right is -50, and it's rotated so that it looks rotated and position is absolute. So if I just show you this one, you can see that it looks like this, rotated. It's rotated, right? It's rotated. You can just manipulate the CSS a little bit, you'll understand more. Okay, so you can see that it looks really cool now, right? And now we have subtext division. So I'm going to say that subtext division would be shown in the bottom. Okay, it would be shown in the bottom. You can see that it's from bottom, and flex direction is row space between, okay, left and right. And then I'm saying that it's taking 90% width, z index is 5. So you can see that bottom and z index is 5. So you can see that it's in the extreme top, right? That's how you can target things with the help of z index. Very easy. Okay, now I'm going to say that the left has the about. So subtext div left has about division. Okay, so I've styled it a bit, and then I'm saying that the p tag of this about division would be styled, the span tag would be highlighted a little bit, right? And then you can see that it looks like this. Okay, it looks like this, right? Similarly, I'm going to say that the right has the stat. Okay, so I'm going to say that the right would be first of all display flex and flex direction row. Okay, right would be shown in the flex direction row. So you can see that if I just refresh, okay, first of all you can see that it's not styled properly. Why? Because if you come here and we have given the styles as right. Okay, fine. Flex direction and flex direction. Okay, maybe because of the width. Anyways, right, similarly we have stat. So I'm going to say that inside this subtext division we have stat, right? So we're going to say subtext division flex direction row, and it's shown like this. Okay, yeah, now you can see it's fine. Yeah, now it's fine. Okay, flex direction column I mentioned, that's why it's shown in column, right? So you can see that that's how it looks. And after that the h1 tag and the p tag of the stat would be styled. So you can see that now it would look like this. It would look like this. Okay, so you can see that this is the portfolio page made. Now I'll just make it a little bit responsive. So for making it responsive, what I would do is I'll just inspect and I'll just decrease the sizes. Okay, that's what I want to do. So right now you can see that above 1000 it looks fine. You can see above 1000 it looks fine, but as soon as I go below 1000 I want to just decrease the size a little bit. Okay, so I'll just say that at the rate media 1000. Okay, at the rate media 1000. So here I want to just say that the h1 tag, p tag and h2 tag of the main tags division would be decreased in size. So you can see that the now size is decreased. Now one more thing is I want to say that the subtext division size would also be decreased. So you can see subtext size would be also changed, right? Similarly we have 750 pixels. So in the 750 pixel, what we are saying is in the 750 pixel, as soon as we reach 750 pixel, you can come here. As soon as we reach 750 pixel, you can see that I want to increase the size a little bit more of the image or whatever I want. So I can do this. I'm just gonna say that my image and the main text division h1, h2 and p tag would be decreased a little bit more. So I'll decrease the size. You can see image height is decreased from 80%, I made it 70%, and everything is like that. Okay, so now if I just show you, you can see that the size is changed, right? Now after that we want to change the size of the subtext division p tag, right? So I've changed the size, so you can see that the size of this p tag is also changed, right? Now after that, similarly is for the 580 pixel. Okay, similarly is for the 480 450 pixel. Okay, so you can just check out the css from my css file later. I'll provide the source code. So you can see what I've done is again decrease the size of my main image, again h2, again subtext division, again about, and again right side. Similarly for 450 pixel, again decrease the size for h2 p tag of the main text division. Okay, then I talked about the left side and the right side, so I've decreased the size at the end everywhere. Okay, so you can see as soon as I decrease, you can see that the size has been decreased. Okay, so as soon as you reach 500, you can see 500, 580, you can see what I've done is I've just made it column. Okay, I've just made it column, and background color is transparent subtext division. That's why you can see that I'm getting a transparent background. Okay, and you can see flex selection is column. That's it. Okay, and the right section became space between, so you can see right section became space between, right? That's how it looks. Okay, so you can see that this section has been targeted, and you can see it's styled completely perfect. Now what we're going to do is we're going to talk about the next sections. So let's come here, and I'll just close it. I'll just close this one also. I'll just close this one, and I'll just show the about section. So about section is very easy. So I'll just come here, and I'll just, okay, about ABOUT, about section. Okay, so I'm just going to show about section here. Okay, perfect. So in the about section CSS, just go to about section styles first. Now in about section, yes. Now in the about section, first of all, we're going to import about section module.css. Okay, I think yes, this is the name, about section module.css. Now we're going to import the about image which we have. Which image I'm talking about? I'm talking about this image. I'm talking about this image. I've imported this image, right? Now what else we need? We need image tag from Next.js. That's it. Okay. Now I'm going to say that it's going to have a division named as about. Okay, inside this we're gonna have the text side and text division. Okay, we're gonna have one text division and one image. That's it. So text division and one image tag. That's it, right? Now in this text division, we are just needing to show something like h1 tag, about me, and some about text. Okay, so I'm going to say that we're gonna show some about details. I'm just mentioning 4-5 p tags so that we have some bigger text here. So you can see, yeah, we have 4-5 p tags here, and this is the about section, right? Some details about me. Okay, so if I just show you this, and what I need to do is at the top, okay, I think there is one problem about image. Okay, it's actually assets, assets, assets. Okay, so you can see that this is the about section. Now let's style this. Okay, so for styling this, it's very easy. I'll just go to the css file, about section css. Okay, now I'll come back here. Okay, yeah, about section css. I'll simply say, first of all, display would be flex section would be row. Okay, and background color would be white, and width would be 100%, minimum height would be 100 vh. So you can see that's how it looks. Okay, flex selection low, 100 white, height would be 100 vh. Okay, so you can see 100 vh, 100 vh, perfect. Now after that, we're gonna say that the text division is gonna take flex direction column. Okay, so you can see that now flex direction is column, and some width is given, 40% width is given. Now let's talk about the h1 tag. So I've given this font family is Anta. Okay, and then you can see text color is black. Okay, so I'll just show you this. You can see that this is the font family, perfect. Now similarly, if I talk about the p tag in the text division, I'll just style it a little bit more. Okay, now if I talk about the image tag, img tag, I'll just style it a little bit more. Right, so you can see that I've decreased the size of the image. Now what I want is I want to just style it as soon as I reach the mobile view. How can I do this? So at 1000 pixel, I'm going to change the flex direction to column. Okay, so at 1000 pixel, I'm going to change the flex direction of about to column, and I'm going to change the width and width. Actually 90% width of the screen would be taken, 50% of the screen would be taken, and flex direction became column. So you can see that as soon as I go below 1000, you can see that now they became column. You can see now that they became column, and it's gonna take full size. Okay, now similarly, if I talk about 500 pixel, at 500 pixel also, I'm gonna say that some css is changed. Okay, you can see that again everything is same, just the sizes are changed. Okay, sizes are changed. So you can see that now below 500, you can see it looks like this. Okay, so you can see now it's also styled perfect. Now after this, we need to target the next section. So let's go to the next section. Which was the next section? It was actually the project section. Okay, now in the project section, there is something very important which I wanted to tell you. But first of all, I'm going to import a few things. Okay, so I'm going to import the CSS. So the CSS is project It's actually pro project section dot module dot css, right? Now what we need is, first of all, I'm going to say that the class name of is project division, okay, of it is project division. So project division, okay, class name is project division. Inside this we're going to show the h1 tag, okay, h1 tag, and one more division. Let's give it a class name, okay, and I'm just going to give it a class name like this. Why am I giving a class name like this? I'll explain this, but yeah, you have to give it class name like this, project swiper container, because we are going to use swiper.js, okay, swiper.js package. So let's go there, okay. If I take you to the websites, just go to swiper.js.com, just type this URL and you will be landed to this website, okay. Suggest front-end projects for college final year using React.js. What I would suggest is try to make ML-based projects, machine learning projects. That means what you can use is you can use TensorFlow.js with React.js, so that you'll be able to using, like, yeah, you must build a complete merge stack project. Actually, in the backend you would be using TensorFlow.js. So try to build ML-based projects. What I did was, when I made a major project, I made a major project on election system. Okay, so the front end was in React.js, the backend was actually in Python. I used Django, I guess, or something like that. I am not that great in Django. I'm basically a one stack developer, but still for my project, I use Django. So there I basically use some ML logic, some face detection code in the backend part, and the front end I use React.js. So this was an election system. It's like with the help of your face, they would recognize your Aadhaar card details, and then you can vote to your favorite party at like that. So your database would also be there, and then your face recognition would also be there. Complete full stack project was created. So you can make ML based project because it's a trend. AI and ML or data science, this is a trend, so you must make projects like that, okay. So that's my suggestion for final year students, okay. And yeah, you can see this is a Swiper website. Get started. And here you can just see that, first of all, if you want to install this, you have to install this with the help of Swiper, npm install Swiper. Okay, just type this. I'll just come here, okay. I'll just split this. Actually, now I'm inside Harshal portfolio project. What I'll do is I'll just type npm I Swiper. That's it, okay. So I've installed Swiper package into my project. You can see Swiper is installed, right? Now after this, I'll come back here, and what you need to do is just go to docs, okay. Just actually just go to resources and demos, okay. Just go here, and there are a lot of demos. You can see that if you have used Tinder, I tried to use it, but कोई फायदा नहीं निकला. But still, I tried to use Tinder once ago, and left swipe, right swipe. You can see. So you can see this is the Tinder design. You can get it from here. If you are building a mobile application, you can just check out this one, right? So there are a lot of designs here. You can see that, yeah, whatever you want. But yeah, some of them are paid, but we are going to use the free things here. Okay, so free stuff, only free stuff. Okay, so here what we're gonna do is we're just going to scroll down and we're going to look for a unique one which we are going to use today. But yeah, you can use anything. Same strategy would be followed. Any design same strategy would be followed, okay. What we want is we want a design something like this, okay. You can see we want a design something like this. Looks cool, right? So we're going to use this one from Swiper, okay. Very easy to use. So let's look for this. It's actually two bottom, okay. I don't remember the exact name, that's why. You can use this one also. This looks cool, right? This looks cool. A cube like this, okay. uh okay, let's wait for this to be finished, to be loaded, okay. I think the name was effect cover flow. Yes, this one only, okay, this one only. So I'll just go click on React, and I think because of my internet it's behaving very slow, but anyways, let's wait for this. It would be finished loading soon. Actually it takes a lot time because of the website. I think you might have opened the website and it would be loaded, but in my case today it's taking time. Okay, so let's wait for a few seconds, or else I have to reload this completely. I think it's reloading, right? Going too slow, but anyways, I'll just try again. So swiper.js.com. They are I think my internet is working properly, but I think there is one issue with Swiper.js. Maybe that's why. So again, I'll type swiperjs.com. I think this is the issue of the website. So what a coincidence, we just opened the website and it stopped working. Okay, anyways, so I think our code is working. GitHub code is also opening fast. The website is not working itself. Anyways, what I can do is, okay, now it's open. So I'll just go to resources, demos, and फिर से गई यार. Anyways, guys, what you can do is you can just check out my code. If it opens, I'll explain that. Okay, if it opens, I'll explain that. For now, you can just check out my code itself. So we just installed Swiper. Okay, what you need to do is you need to import two things from Swiper. Okay, that is Swiper and Swiper Slide. Okay, then after that, there is some CSS from Swiper. So just import the Swiper CSS. Okay, then I'm going to create one specific CSS file named as project Swiper. Okay, so one specific CSS file. I'll just create one CSS file inside the style. So I'll just name this file as project swiper swiper dot module dot css. Okay, so yes, I created this project swiper file. So these are all the things. Now what I'm gonna do is, अरे यार, now what I'm going to do is, anyways, it would open. I would show you, else you can just check out this one. I would just import effect cover flow and pagination, the type of design which I want to show. Okay, now after that we would get this code from Swiper only. I got this exact code from Swiper, that's why I was willing to show you. But I have one video regarding this. Okay, so what you can do is you can just go to one video which I'll show you right now. Okay, just a second. Just a second, I'll show you one video which I have taken in the Geeks for Geeks channel. So from there also you can check out this. Okay, so I'll just go to the playlist. I'll just go to this playlist, okay, and here what you would see is I have taken one session named as 3D card slider. Okay, so you can just check out this session. You can just check out this session and you'll understand how to create a slider using Swiper. Okay, so in this session I have explained everything. It's very easy, a few lines of code, but since right now website is not loading due to some reasons, so I'm not able to show you. But yeah, this is the exact video which would help you to just know from where I have copied things. But if you just want to just copy my code, you can copy as it is from my repository, which I'll share at the end also. Okay, but yeah, for learning purpose, you can check out this video. This video will clear all of your doubts of Swiper.js. I've used Swiper.js here properly. Okay, now let's come back, and here what I want to do is I want to use the Swiper container. So I'm just going to copy that code which I have already written, and I copied this from the Swiper website. If it opens, I'll show you. If it not, then you can check out that older video in the playlist which I mentioned. Okay, so yeah, this is the Swiper tag, and let's close this. Okay, let's close this. Right now it's done. Let's check out first, okay, is our website working properly or not. So you can see that if I reload, can see, yeah, it's working proper. Okay, what I would do is I would just go to page.tsx and I would just unhide the project section. Okay, so here I'll just type the project. It's actually project project section. Okay, and let's close this. I think it's not opening the project section. Why? Because you can see project section is here and project section is also here. Yes, project section is here, right? So let's try to use this. It's not giving in the suggestion. Anyways, let's try to use this here. So I'm just going to write import from, and then at the rate slash app component slash project section. Okay, that's it. So I think now it must work. So you can see, yes, now I am able to get this error. Okay, so there is one error. You can see this is some CSS error. So what you can do is you can just go to project section.css. I think it's not able to get the CSS like this. I'll just write it dot slash. Let's check this. Still I'm getting some error. So what I'll do is let's do one thing. Okay, let's do one thing. I'm just going to paste the CSS file here only. Okay, so I'll just cut this project swiper. Okay, first of all, it's not module.css, it's project swiper.css. Okay, now let's check this one. And second thing is it's not able to get this file. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to cut this file, just cut this file and come here in components and paste this. Okay, that's it. Now here what I'm going to do is here I'll just erase this. So in the same directory I'll look for the CSS file, right? In the same directory I'm looking for the CSS file and it's still not able to get this. Okay, so just a second guys, let me just check. So I'll just say that in the same file look for project swiper swiper dot css. Okay, let's check this one. And there's one issue with the CSS. Okay, we have to fix the CSS, we'll do that. But right now what I have to do is I have to copy the CSS from the project swiper. Okay, so this is the same CSS which you can use on your own, but I have taken this from the website only, swiper.js website. Let's see if it has opened or not. Yeah, we have the demos. Okay, I think this time it must work. Let's check. Name was effect cover flow. Yes, you can see that now it's here. So now it would be easy. So if I click on React and it would open the code. Now it's easy. Now it's easy. So you can see you have here, and we are talking about this example. You can use other examples also. Now this is the styles.css. So I'll just copy all. Okay, copy all and go to project swiper and just paste it here. Okay, just paste it here, right? And here what you need to do is just erase the top part. We don't need this. Okay, and now instead of the body we are going to say that it's inside the project swiper container. That's it. Okay, now let's check this one. If I have this okay, I'll just paste it directly inside the styles folder. Okay, and the name is what? Let's make it capital again. Okay, let's make it capital again. Fine. Now I'll come back to this project section CSS, and here what we need is we need to just import the CSS. Okay, we need to just import the CSS properly. Let's check this one. Now I think inside this we need to just show the component. Okay, so how can I show the component? Come back here and go to app.jsx, and here you can see we have to show the components. Okay, so if I just copy this directly, let's check. So copy this directly and paste it here, and you can see that it must work. Still there is some CSS issue. I think it's not able to get the CSS file, most probably. Maybe because of that it's happening. So let's try some another method. Dot dot slash. It must work, but still it's not working. Maybe CSS is not here. Okay, let's check if we can do something. Okay, if I just remove the CSS file and let's restart the application. Most probably it would work if I restart the application or do something. Okay, let's do something. If I restart the application, I'll close this. Okay, and I'll start the application again. Let's check it again. Still not working. Let's cut it and paste it here. Sometimes it happens with the CSS part. Okay, with the CSS part. So I've just pasted the CSS file here. Okay, and then I'll go back here and I would just say that look look for project swiper. Okay, I think the name is also correct. project swiper. Yes, the name is also correct. So in the same directory, look for project swiper css. Cannot resolve react webpack imported module, not a function. Arey yaar. Guys, we have a little bit of issue with the swiper part. What I'm gonna do is maybe css issue is here. So I am going to remove the css part for now, but it's going to be fixed later. Okay, so I'll fix this later. Right now the slider is not working, maybe because of the website. I'm using the exact things, but it's not able to locate things. But yeah, we would show something like this. I'll provide this in the source code. Everything is exactly same. You can refer that video. It was working, but abhi pata nahi kyun nahi chal raha hai. Maybe because of website issue. You can see it was not loading previously and now it's showing some issue. So at the end of this video we'll try again. It would be fixed. Yes, so let's complete the remaining part. So project division, right? So I'm going to go to this projects section .module.css. Here we have to import the styles. So I'm just going to say that it's going to have full width and height. Okay, full width and height, and it's going to take linear gradient colors from bottom right to from bottom to right, and you can see that we have blue and green color. Okay, so you can see that what I have made is, you can see that here we have made something like this. Okay, now what else we have is, we have the h1 tag. Okay, so this is the h1 tag. It would be styled something like this. And then guys, we have the project cards also. So I'm gonna say that we have the project cards, and this card would be just a small box, and it's gonna have everything in center. Okay, and then we have h1 tag. It's gonna be some text written in between. It's like, you would see something like this, a box and text written in between, a very basic division. Right now it's not working, the carousel is not working, that's why we are not able to see things. Let's check it again, maybe this time it works properly. Just a second, let's try this again. Okay, everything is fine. We have project swiper css, we have project section dot module dot css. Okay, and right, yes, everything is fine here. Now let's test again. Okay, now this time I have to use slide Y somewhere at the top. Okay, let's test it. Dot dot slash, and then inside styles we have project swiper. Okay, we have the CSS here. Just a second. So we have the CSS here in the same folder. Type project swiper swiper नहीं ले रहा है यार, पता नहीं क्यों. Swiper. Okay, let's check it. Okay, now it took properly. Okay, sometimes it is having some problem, import issues, but now once it imported perfectly, so you can see that it's working perfectly. Okay, so there was some import issue. I think VS Code might not have taken this properly. What I did was, I just pasted the project swiper file here, right? And I'm using it. Okay, so you can see project section CSS is using project swiper file. That's it. So you can see, now able to see the project swiper. Inside this, what I've created is a division. So you can see that inside each swiper slide, you can see we basically have what? A division. Inside this, I've just shown the h1 tag. Instead of this, you can show something else also, but right now I've just shown the h1 tag. Okay, so I'll just copy this and I'll just paste it for the skills also. So instead of this project, okay, I'm gonna say that skill one. Okay, skill one, or you can write HTML, CSS, JS. Okay, so I'll be writing it like that: HTML, CSS, I'll be writing skills as it is, but you can show some buttons or whatever you want. You can show some product card, anything you want. Okay, HTML, CSS, JS. I can write MER and MERN. Okay, I can write C plus plus. Okay, I can write Python. Okay, I can write Java. I can write AWS. I can write Git. Okay, so suppose I'm writing these skills in the skills section, and then I'm just going to say that my skills. Okay, so my skills, that's it. Okay, so let's go to page.tsx, and here we're just writing the skills section. So I'm just going to copy this and paste it here. Okay, this is about the skill section. So what you would get is, you can see my projects and my skills. So yeah, you can see I've mentioned skills also, I mentioned the projects also, just like that. So you can mention things just like that, right? Okay, now let's come back. My skills is done, my projects is done. If I want to change the class, if I want to change the design, let's change this design also. So we have skill section CSS. So I'm going to go to project section, just copy this and just paste it here. And this time, you don't worry about the names, the name can be changed, or if you want to keep the same name, that's also fine. I'm just going to say that it's gonna be taking some orange color to some kind of yellow color. That would be fine. Okay, let's check this one. So if I just refresh, okay, first of all, go to skill section, and here just rename this CSS file to skill section dot module dot css. That's it. Okay, now let's check this one. So if I just refresh, so you can see that yeah, it's a little bit different. Although if you want to change this, you can definitely change this, but yeah, this also looks fine. Okay, this also looks fine, right? Now we have the project CSS, we have the skills section, we have the project section. If you want to change this style, if you want to change the carousel, you can pick different carousel from Swiper. Okay, you can pick any different, you can pick this carousel also, you can pick this carousel also. Application is exactly same. You can check out this part. What I did was I copied it from here, and I copied from the CSS, and I pasted it to my code. That's it. Okay, or else if you want more brief discussion, what you can do is you can just go to this playlist, and there you can just search for responsive 3D card slider. There everything was working properly, website was also working, so you can check out this one. This is working properly. Okay, but yeah, now everything is fine. You can see everything is done here. Now we have some last sections here, and before completing those last section, I'll just show you my project section. Inside the project section, let me just check the CSS. Okay, so if I view the mobile, you can see in mobile view this looks fine, so I don't need to make it responsive, it's already responsive. Okay, so that's fine. So you can see that's how it looks. Okay, so it looks really cool. You can see it looks really cool, right? Now let's continue with the last part. Okay, with the last part. So the last part is really the last part. That's very easy part. Okay, so it's like my basic information. So it's basically the footer. Okay, it's basically the footer. In this footer, I'm just going to create one division. Okay, I'm just going to create the division. Okay, I'm just going to name it like this. Okay, inside this, I'll just create one more division. This would be the left side. Okay, this would be the left side. Okay, if you're looking for a web or app developer or need help with your project, you can contact me with via this email. Okay, that's the p tag which I have created here, right? And after that, we need one more division. Inside this, I'll just show a h1 tag heading. Okay, so you can see right section, inside this I've shown a heading, let's work together, and BRBR, that means everything is in Lex line. Okay, so you can see that's done, and now we just need to import the CSS. So import styles from footer dot module dot css. Now in footer dot module dot css, we just need to say, okay, first of all, I'll just go to page.tsx, and I'll just show these two sections also. So I'll just cut these and I'll paste it here. Okay, I'll just paste these two here. You can see footer and social section, right? Now I'll go back to my footer section, and now I'll talk about the CSS of the footer section. That means what I want is section 4 outermost. I would just say that footer section now looks like this. Footer section now looks like this. You can see this is the footer section. Okay, so I'm going to style the section for outermost of the footer section. Okay, section 4 outermost, so you can see flex selection row. Okay, and then I'm going to say that left is going to take some space, right is going to take some space, and h1 tag is going to take some space. Okay, so you can see left is going to take some space, p tag would be styled, span tag would be highlighted, and the h1 would be given this font family. Okay, so you can see that this is how it's styled. Okay, now similarly we're going to say that in the if we reach 1000 pixel, just change the padding. Okay, if we reach 750 pixel, just change the sizes. Okay, and make flex selection as column reverse. Okay, so column reverse would be like, you can see right now it's right. Okay, it would be in top and this would be in bottom. Okay, generally if it's column, so left would be at top, but column reverse, that means right would be at top. So you can see that right is at top. Okay, so that's how I styled this. Okay, now at the end we have 450 pixels, so just change the size of the h1 tag. So you can see at 450 pixel, you can see that the size has changed. Perfect. So you can see this is also done. Now we need the last section, that is the social section. So in the social section, basically we need social icons. Okay, so I'm gonna go to React social icons, React social icons. Okay, React social icon, just go here and you need to install this package for using icons. So you can see you can use any social icon, Facebook, Instagram, whatever icons you want. Okay, so I'll be using this, I'll be installing this to my project. You can see I've just typed npm i react social icons, just paste it. Okay, so it would be installed automatically now. Now what you need to do is just go to social section, and here I'll just mention my social media handles. That's it. Okay, so I'm just gonna say that its name is what, social section.module.css. Okay, so I've imported the css, and that's it. Now I need to import social icon from React social icon, just like this. You can just search here, you can see they have imported it. Right now if you want to use Twitter icon, you can just import Twitter like this. Okay, that's the way. Okay, so first of all, outside I'm going to give this class as social, and inside I'm going to say that we have one division. I'm going to call this division as social card. Okay, so let's close this. Okay, so we're going to create one more and I'm going to say that as soon as I click on this, I'm going to open my Instagram account or whatever account I want. So you can see I am going to open my Instagram account. That's my Instagram account of my YouTube channel. Okay, so you can see underscore blank means in the next tab. No, do not open in the same tab, open it in the next tab. Okay, as soon as I click on this, inside this I'm going to show the Instagram icon. So for that I'm just going to say social icon. Inside that just type https://instagram.com. It would show the Instagram icon, give it width and height. Okay, and then after that guys, I'm gonna say that it's gonna show some text. So you can see the name of my Instagram account. Okay, so you can see that if I just show you this one, and if I reload this, okay, I think there is some issue here. Okay, just a second, just write use client. Okay, I'm sorry. Yeah, you can see that now we have Instagram logo and my account. So as soon as I click on this, you can see that I will get my Instagram page, right? So that's how it works, right? That's how it works. So you can see that's how it works. Okay, now let's close this, and similarly we're gonna have our second card. Inside this I'm gonna show my Google, okay, Gmail. Okay, so here I'll just have my second card, and first card was about Instagram. Okay, first card was about Instagram, second card is about Gmail. So you can see I mentioned one Gmail link here. It would directly open up my Gmail inbox. Okay, so you can see that as soon as I click on this, you can see that I would get my Gmail inbox. So someone can directly message me to my Gmail account. So you can see that just wait, it's taking time. So you can see automatically my, okay, this time it didn't came, but it generally comes. Okay, so if I just click on this again, okay, Google, I think Google has stopped that part. Previously it was working, I would get my email directly here. But anyways, like Google would open up and you can just show this. Okay, so I'll just paste this link, that would be better. So here I would just say that someone clicks on this, so I would just open this compose new. Okay, so I'm just saying that as soon as someone clicks on this, they would open their Gmail and they can message me to this email account. That's it. Okay, so this is my email, this is my email. As soon as you click on this, this would open something like this. Okay, so yeah, that's what I wanted. And now let me just close this. Now similarly guys, we are gonna need one more thing, that is LinkedIn. Okay, that is LinkedIn. So I'm gonna mention my LinkedIn URL also. So LinkedIn URL would also be mentioned, right? LinkedIn URL and LinkedIn image. And similarly guys, we're gonna mention our YouTube channel. Okay, so I'm gonna mention my YouTube channel also, right? So you can see that I mentioned everything. Now let's test these. So you can see that as soon as I click on LinkedIn, you can see that's my LinkedIn account opening. Yes, you can see that's my LinkedIn account opening, right? Now similarly we have the YouTube. So as soon as I click on this, it would open up my YouTube. So now what we need is we need to just style these things at the end. Okay, so let's style this part. It's very easy. I'm going to go to social CSS, social section CSS, and here we're just going to say that first of all, background color is black, background color is white, and text color is black and some gaps. So you can see that that's it. Now I'm going to say that social card would be taking flex direction as row, and center and pointer, cursor pointer. So you can see that's how it looks. Okay, now I'm going to say that the icon would be having 10 pixel width and 10 pixel height. Okay, so you can see that the icon is also styled, right? Now after that we have the p tag. So I'm going to say that the p tag would also be styled. So you can see that's how the social icons look, and it's wrapped. So if I inspect, you can see that they would jump automatically to the next line. Okay, so you can see that as soon as the width is lesser, you can see next line. As soon as the width is lesser, you can see that the line is shortened. Okay, that means they would jump to the next line. So you can see automatically it's like this. Okay, now it's done. Now what else we need to do is, guys, after this we simply need to complete the last part. That is, if I click on about, I'll go to the about section, project section, skills section, contact section. That means we need to finish our sections. How can we do that? So we're just gonna go to the page.tsx. Okay, page.tsx, and here we need to mention a few things. Okay, we're gonna mention use ref hook. Okay, we're gonna mention the use ref hook. So for that, in the page.tsx, I'm going to create a few references. Okay, just create a few references. That's it. And I'm gonna write use ref hook. Inside this, you don't need to mention the type. If you are using React.js, you can write it like this. But for Next.js, we are using TypeScript, so we have to mention it completely. The type also. This is the type. We are mentioning the type also. Okay, that's why. So initially, I'm saying that the home ref is pointing to nothing, about ref is pointing to nothing. Similarly, skill ref is also pointing to nothing, so I'm gonna name it as skill ref. Okay, skills, skills ref. Okay, so skills ref is also pointing to nothing. Okay, so now I'm gonna say that in the navbar I'm just sending all these references. Okay, all these references to the navbar, I'm sending all these references, right? And yes, similarly we have skills ref, skills ref. Okay, and here just write ski skills ref. Now in the navbar you need to import this, then this error would be gone. So let's go to the navbar. We are importing these props, so just go to the navbar, and here you just need to import the props. So what you would say is at the top import all these props which you have sent. Okay, so I'll just make brackets here and paste it here, and we have one more thing, that is skills ref. Okay, ref, right? So you can see they are here. Now they have any type, but you need to mention the type. So what you're gonna do is you just mention colon. For TypeScript Next.js, that's the way you have to mention this in extra. For normal React.js, this would work. This would work. You can use props in React.js. That would work. Okay. So here, what we're gonna do is we're just gonna say that the type of this is what. So the type of this is all these types are mentioned. Okay, HTML text element, and one more thing is skills ref, skills ref. Okay, and it's also a React ref object. That's it. Okay, now we have just said that as soon as I click on this, okay, use client, I have to mention use client also. So where I can mention that, I think I have to mention it in this page also. Just mention it here. Okay, so I'll just close it. Now you can see, now as soon as I click on this, I want to do something. Okay, so as soon as I click on this, you can see that in the navbar, as soon as I click on any button, you can see handle button click is called, handle button click is called. Now that's it. Here what we need to do is according to the click, okay, we're gonna set the reference. Okay, so I'm just gonna say that home ref current exists. Okay, if home ref current is there, okay, if the home ref current is here and section equals home, then what we need to do is we just need to scroll to that specific part. Okay, scroll to that specific part. Okay, we have now right now we have not set reference to that. We'll set reference to that, but right now said that if it's not null, then scroll to that specific part. Right now it's null. You can see that right now it's null, everything is null here. But if it's not null, we're gonna make it not null later on, but right now initially they are null. Okay, initially they are null. So I'll go back to the navbar. Here you can see if home is not null, scroll to that specific part. Okay, similarly other sections also, similarly about is not null, just scroll to that specific about ref. If about if project is not null, scroll to the project ref. Similarly section of contact, scroll to contact ref. Okay, so I'm just going to add one more here. I'm going to add this skills, 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 and then skills ref, skills, skills ref. Okay, that's it. And what's the problem here? Possibly none. Okay, fine. Yes, so as soon as I click on this, yes, and similarly it's happening. Okay, done. Now guys, what we need to do is we just need to come back here into our page.tsx. Okay, we have the skills ref, we created it. Now what we need to do is we just need to say that if I talk about home ref, I want to talk about this ref. If I talk about ref, I talk about this. Okay, so we're gonna say that in page.tsx we're just going to create a few divisions. So I'm gonna say that if I talk about home ref, I'm gonna create one division for home ref. Okay, that means home would be pointing to this reference. Now this won't be null, this won't be null, this would be containing our division. Which division? This division. Okay, home ref is containing this division, right? Similarly for about also we're gonna have the about division. Okay, for about we're gonna have the about division, right? Similarly guys, we're gonna have the projects division, so project section, that's it. Similarly guys, we're gonna have the skills section. Okay, so I'll just copy this, and it's actually skills, skills ref. Okay, and close this, that's it. Okay, now similarly guys, we're gonna need footer also, so this is basically the last section, so I'm gonna say that contact reference. Okay, and close this. Okay, so we have done all of these. Okay, now what we need is in the navbar there is one problem. So skills ref, it's actually what skills ref. Okay, that's it. Let's save it. Okay, I think it's not saved. Okay, now I think it's saved, but there is one problem here. Let me just check. Okay, I'm sorry, skills ref, that's it. So you can see that now it would be done. So about is basically about ref is right now what this is about ref. Okay, whenever the page loads, about ref becomes this. So as soon as I click this, I'm saying that scroll to about ref, similarly scroll to project ref, similarly scroll to skills ref, contact ref. So you can see that now everything is done perfectly. If I check it in the mobile view also, let's check this. So if I inspect and here, okay, yes, so here what we need to do is here, if I click on projects, you can see it's here, skills it's here, contact is here, about is here, and home is also here. Perfect. So if I close this, you can see it looks like this. Perfect. Now you can see that it's done. Okay, now what we need to do is we need to simply, our project is completed, we need to simply host this for free on Vercel. Okay, so let's host this project for free, then we can end this session. Okay, portfolio का link देना जरा. Why is portfolio section having JSX? Just a second. Have I made it JSX? I'm sorry, by mistaken I made it JSX. It's TSX. Okay, it doesn't matter since we are not using any proper TypeScript, so doesn't matter. Okay, mistake was also mine, but yeah, you can see with TSX is also fine here. Okay, so I made project section TSX, and I think I have to make one change here also. So yes, no change needed. Okay, so you can see that guys, now the project is completed. If I refresh this, okay, one problem is here in the component. Okay, it's importing it from somewhere. Let me just check it. Okay, so project section and project section.tsx. I think I need to restart this most probably, so I'll just close this and restart this. Okay, because I changed the CSS, that's why I changed the file extension, that's why. So let's check this again. So you can see that now I think it would be loaded. Yes, you can see that now it's working. Okay, so just check it again, and now you can see it's working. Now I'm going to host it to for free on Vercel. I'm going to share the link also. Okay, so how you can do that? Just go to GitHub, just create a GitHub account and just connect your GitHub with the help of SSH keys. You can search on YouTube how to connect your GitHub account with SSH keys to your local computer. Once that's done, just upload the repository to your GitHub account. That's a very long task. That's why I'm not showing that. But you can search on YouTube how to connect your GitHub account with the help of SSH keys. You'll understand everything. Okay, so I'll just click on new, and here I'm just gonna name it as Harshal Portfolio GFG or something like that. I'm gonna name it something like that. So GFG. Okay, so I'm gonna name it something like that. So GFG, right? And here, what we're gonna do is we're just gonna create a repository. Okay, so you can choose a shorter name also if you want. So you can see that's the portfolio. Okay, so if I just copy these things, I'm going to host my project to GitHub. Okay, first of all, I'm going to post my project to GitHub, then I'm going to host that project from GitHub to Vercel. Okay, so I'll just paste these links. I'm going to add all files. Okay, add all files, and this code would be pushed to GitHub. Okay, right now you can see that my GitHub is not connected. Okay, maybe because GitHub is not installed. Anyways, let's do this. Okay, because I formatted my laptop. So if you're a beginner, let me just explain how you can connect that. So right now you know that you have created a GitHub account, you created a repository. That's something normal. Now you need to connect your GitHub account to your computers. First of all, you need to install git bash. Okay, just go to downloads and Windows, download for Windows, just download it. Okay, so you can see that it would be downloaded 64-bit. Okay, yes, so you're gonna download the setup, so it's gonna take a few seconds. The setup would also be downloaded. Now what you need to do is you just need to go to GitHub, and here just go to docs. I think they have mentioned docs somewhere. Just go to settings. Yes, just go to settings, just go to SSH and GPG keys. Okay, this is for hosting if you don't know this and I'm explaining. So new SSH key, and here you're gonna paste your SSH key. How you can generate the SSH key, let's understand that. So I'm gonna click on this. You can see that it's taking me to this page, and here you can see generating a new SSH key. So just click on this, and you can see it's telling how you can generate a new SSH key. So I'm gonna copy this. Okay, first let's check if it's done or not. So you can see git bash is downloaded. Let's first install that, then we're gonna continue further. Just a second, and you can see that the git bash has opened. This is for installing git first, so that you connect your GitHub account, so that it's easy. So I'm just gonna click next, next, next. Everything is fine. Just click next, next, next. Everything is fine. Okay, okay guys, so you can see that it's done. Now I'm just going to click on launch git bash. Okay, just click on launch git bash, or you can just search on your search bar git bash, and you can open git bash anywhere you want. So you can see guys that now git bash looks like this. Okay, so I've named my PC as Bidu. Okay, because yeah, प्यार से बुलाते हैं, ठीक है. So you can see that that's my laptop, that's my computer, and you can see that it's open git bash. Okay, so I'm just going to paste the text which I copied. Okay, so here what you need to do is you just need to mention your GitHub email. Okay, so the email, how much years of experience you have. In Monstack, I have around 4 years or 5 years, you can say, and I wasted a few time in basics of HTML, CSS, JavaScript. So I would say that I have around 4 years of experience, but overall of 5 years of experience. Okay, so here I would say that let's type the email. So harshal.jan.csai.20@dgits.net. Actually use my college account for getting some free perks of GitHub. So if you're a college student, you can use your college account, college email also. Okay, so that's some old account, but still you can use it. So I made my GitHub account with the help of this email ID. That's why I'm mentioning this email ID here. Okay, so just a second. Yes, this slash is accidentally added. Just hit enter, and automatically you would see something like this. Okay, now it's asking where you want to add it. I would just hit enter. That means default location would be here, and enter passphrase. Just leave it empty. Just leave it empty. Okay, so you can see that now it's generated as a SSH key is generated. Okay, SSH key is generated. Now after this, what you need to do, guys, is you just need to go bottom. Just click on add new SSH key. Okay, just now you can see that we generated the SSH key. Now we need to copy the SSH key. So just click on this clip. Okay, this command would help us to just copy the SSH key which we just now generated. So if I hit this, now we copied the SSH key. If you want to now paste this, what you can do is now just go to GitHub. Okay, just go to this page, previous page, new SSH key, automatically your key is copied. Just paste your key here. That's it. Now just give it the title. I'm just gonna name it as my laptop name, Asus Stuff F17. So now add this. Okay. So now what actually happens is, okay, I have to use my password, I guess. Okay, confirm. Yes, you can see that now one SSH key is added. That means my local laptop can upload the code to the GitHub account. Okay, that's the purpose. Okay, hi, I got support project in Infi. The project is complete about pre-built app maintenance. The stack used for app is Golang and Vue. Should I take this project or not? I would say that if you're good at Golang and Vue, then you can go for it. But I think for beginner, Golang is not for beginners. Okay, India is not for beginners. Golang is not for beginners. Okay, so if you're a beginner, don't go for that project because Golang is something which is for experienced level of developers. And I too personally have started learning Golang, but I won't say that yeah, I'm really great at this. I won't pick projects. I won't pick projects right now. That's what I would suggest, that if you're not good at Golang, don't pick that project, because in companies, in most cases, yeah, you must know things. Okay, you must know things properly, then you must put your hands on that project. If you are comfortable enough with Golang and Vue, then only go with that project, else don't go with that project. Okay, and but yeah, if you have supportive like someone to support you, some mentor, or someone who knows Golang properly, who knows Vue.js properly, then in that case also you can pick that project. But if you are doing everything on your own, I won't suggest that. Okay, because for companies, you know that if you make a mistake, that's a big mistake. Okay, yes, right. So you can see key is generated. Now let's go to our repository we just now generated. You can see that we just now generated a repository. Okay, so this is the generated repository. Just now we generated this, right? So here what we need to do is just copy the command, just copy this. Now you can go to your VS Code. Okay, now paste these commands. Okay, and okay, I'll just clear this first. Okay, I'll just close my, I have experience with Java and React only. I would say that please first learn things properly, make some projects, then put your hands on that bigger project. Okay, that's what I would suggest. Okay, so I would just try to upload code now. So git add dot, you can see that now if I hit this, and again there is some issue. Okay, I think I need to close VS Code. Okay, I'll just open VS Code again because just now we installed it, so it's taking time. So I'll just go to the project again, GFG folder, this. So I'll just open this in VS Code. Okay, now I think it would show me the proper version of GitHub. Okay, you need to restart VS Code because we just now installed Git, right? So that's why we need to check the version now. So if I type git dash v, uh okay, I think I need to restart my PC maybe. Okay, but it must work properly. Just a second. So I'll just right click, show more options. I get the git GUI, git bash here. Okay, so I'll try to do this with git bash because since we have installed git bash, so again it would work properly. Okay, so I've opened this in git bash. We can do the same things in VS Code terminal, but I think I have to restart my PC for that. So you can see that yeah, it's here. If I type git dash v, so you can see yeah, now it's able to get this. Now what I'm going to do is I'm just going to paste these, copy these commands, and just come here and just paste. Okay, just paste, and now you can see that it's done. Okay, it's done. So I would just say that you have to bring the cursor here to git add. Okay, just add all the files. Git add dot means add all the files. That's it. So fail to push some refs. Okay, unable to auto detect email address. Okay, I think there is some issue with my GitHub account, connection of my GitHub account. I'll check that later on. But yeah, you have to connect your GitHub account. You have to upload your code to your GitHub repository. So you can see that once your code is uploaded to GitHub repository, please search on YouTube. I have to search that also. That's a big process. Anyways, so once your code is uploaded to GitHub, it would look something like this. Okay, it would look something like this. Your code is uploaded to GitHub. Now what you need to do is you just need to go to Vercel. Okay, just need to go to Vercel, and I'll just delete this one, delete my old project. I'll just add one new project here. general, and here you would get this. Okay, so I'll just delete this. देख लेना थोड़ा गिटहब पे अपलोड कैसे करते हैं फ्रॉम योर लोकल लैपटॉप यूजिंग SSH. विल गेट वीडियोस. दिस इज अ बिग टास्क. सो मैंने भी बहुत दिन पहले किया था, मुझे भी अभी नहीं मिल रहा है. ठीक है, सो आई डू दिस ऑन माई ओन लेटर ऑन. बट if you don't know how to upload code on GitHub, you can search on YouTube. Okay, you will get a lot of videos. So project, delete my project. So I'm deleting one old project. Now I'm going to explain you where you're going to upload your code. So you can see this is Vercel. This is Vercel. Here you host your project for free. You can see that right now when you go to Vercel for the first time, you would see something like this. Just connect it with your GitHub account. Okay, just connect it with your GitHub account, and it would be connected with your GitHub account. Okay, so I've already hosted a lot of projects for free, but initially you would think something as empty. You would see something as empty. Okay, so if I click on this, add new. Okay, project, just click on project and just select the repository where you have uploaded your source code. So you can see, suppose I have uploaded my code to this repository. Okay, my Next.js code or React.js code supports both. Okay, it would support both. It supports Node.js backend also. You can upload your backend also here. Okay, but let's talk about only this. So you can see this is your source code. Okay, so I would just click on import. This can be normal React.js, this can be Next.js also. You can see that these are all the supports. You can check out all the supports if you want. Okay, I'm going to talk about normal Next.js. I'm going to talk about Next.js, and you can name this if you want. So you can just say Harshal Jain. Okay, Harshal Jain, something like that. So now after that, just click on deploy. It would be deployed. Okay, it would be deployed. Let's check. I have Java, Spring Boot, and React. I also have real-time projects experience. Should I learn DSA now or switch to switch my job? I've learned DSA. Learn DSA. You must learn DSA. You have enough experience. I think you must learn DSA also. And one more thing which I would suggest is like after learning DSA, right now, first of all, learn DSA at least. After learning DSA, you can go for AI. Okay, because AI is in trend, so you can go for AI. Okay, but first complete DSA, because for AI also some algorithms are must be known. That means you must have some good knowledge of DSA. After that you must learn AI. Okay, that's my suggestion. So you must go for DSA first, learn DSA, then after that you can go for AI. Okay, so guys, now it's uploading. Let's check this. It's again taking a few minutes to build. It's like it would take a few minutes, so let's wait for a few minutes and then it would be uploaded. Okay, yes, you can see that, guys. Now our website is hosted. So what you need to do is just upload your code to GitHub. Right now my code didn't got uploaded to GitHub because setup was not there, but still you can just search on YouTube how to upload code on GitHub. After that you will upload your code to GitHub. Okay, once your code is uploaded to GitHub, what you need to do is just go to Vercel, correct your GitHub account, set up a new project. In that project, correct your GitHub repository. The repository would be connected. Now if I click on continue to dashboard, you can see that this is the dashboard. Here you'll get the URL. Okay, so this URL really looks cool, harshaljain.vercel.app. Okay, so here I have hosted my portfolio. Okay, so you can see that it's here and you can see it's working perfectly. If I share this to you in live chat, you'll get this. Okay, you'll get this. So you can see it at totally free. You can build the same things and you can use the same things. Okay, just remember the video which we are going to use in the back part. You can see it looks like animated, but it's just a video. This is going to be of very less size so that it's going to be loaded fast in your website. If you have slow internet, it would take a lot of time. That's why I have chosen a video of very less MB of size. Okay, just make sure your video is of less size. You can choose any other video from pexels.com, P-E-X-E-L-S, pexels.com. Okay, you can check it from there. Okay, so you can see that now the project is completed. I've shared it in the live chat and you can check out this. You can just mention in the comment section, is this looking good or not, and you can give me more suggestions in future. And you can see my skill section isn't here because I have used my old code, but yeah, you know what to do with the latest code. Okay, so this was the latest code and here I have all the sections. Okay, it was also responsive, everything is done. So I'm going to share this source code at the end of this video. After ending this video, I'll upload the source code here only, Harshal Jain portfolio. In this repository, I'll upload the source code of today's part. It would be containing the skill section also. Right now it does not contain the skill section, but it would contain the skill section. It's very easy, right? So the complete source code is available in this repository. To get the source code, what you need to do is You just need to search for github.com/VIRAJJ014. You can follow me and you can check out my handles here. In the repository, you would find Harshal Jain portfolio. Just look for this. Okay, just look for this Harshal Jain portfolio. Inside this, you would get the complete source code. Source code is totally available. We'll show that in the comment section or the description also after ending this video, so you can check out it from there also. Source code is available. You can use the source code. You can use the files also. Files are also available inside the src. You would get the media folder. Everything is available, right? So guys, I hope you understood this video. The project is hosted for free. You can check out this URL also. You can just mention in the comment section, is it looking good or not? And for more such projects, don't forget to subscribe to this channel and share these kind of videos, right? So that's it for today. I will see you the next one. Till then, see you. Good day. Bye bye.